Alrighty, Mr. Gatekeeper here. Alright, buddy, I thought I'd do a quick pre-video just to point out a few things. I'm not going to point out all the things, just a few things that I just wanted to make a quick video just to point out. So it, wouldn't be just my word. I just want to kind of point out a few things. I've drawn a quick schematic of this B-bias circuit, and very questionable. That's all I can say about that. I'm not going to say anything else about that till I actually get some voltage going through this thing and do a little bit of testing. But as of now, I just don't see how. Basically, I'm not seeing any DC voltage yet in the equation, and there's got to be some sort of DC bias voltage. But like I said, I'm gonna throw some voltage through it and check it out. But I definitely will be changing the bias circuit for you, like we talked about. All right, first thing I'm gonna go through is right here. I don't know if you've noticed this. This right here is loose. I guess it's just been touching good enough. And like I say, I'm not going to sit here and say that this was done by the builder itself. Anything could be possible while it's being shipped and stuff. I won't never just sit there and point a finger, man. I'm not a psychic. But I'm just pointing out what's going on right now at this moment. And what I'm probably going to do, man, it just makes me feel better. I know sometimes these things can be easily moved. See, look at that. I can take my finger and just kind of move it. Let's see, I think what might be the problem, you don't have a locking nut or anything on there. I like to put the locking nuts on there to at least try to keep it. I'll either put some locking nuts or just solder that straight to it. I've always soldered it straight to it myself. Just makes me feel a little bit better there. Next thing I've noticed is the variable. It's loose. If you can see that. So I'm gonna get that tightened up for you. Oh. I guess that must have came off and you put it back on. Alright, let me go show you the next thing that I noticed on the preamp circuit. I mean, that's just completely off. So that's why the preamp wasn't working. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw my preamp circuit on here. I'm just gonna take this out. Not dogging anybody. I just rather use what I know works well. And I actually use the same preamp circuit Texas Star uses. My preamp circuit is absolutely identical to Texas Star's. Just a basic preamp circuit. So I'm gonna do that for you. Try to keep that relay on there. This start pulling that double-sided sticky tape off, man, you have residue all over the place. And one thing I just don't like is this tube. The tuning tube here is very close to the output combiner. Very close. I'm going to see about possibly micing that in with a doorknob if possible. I'm going to look into it and see what my options are here. And as you can see, man, it's kind of messy, spider web of wires. There's a few things that kind of bothers me. As you have the RF wires here that's bundled up with AC, and you have your RF wires here that's bundled up and tie strapped together with AC and DC. So I mean, all that's just together. I mean, it could be fine. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to check it out and see what's going on. And And there, you know, there's just a few things, man. Like, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 caps for the output of the 2-pill section and the input of the 6. And I guess what he was doing is just kind of adding to it till he got the tune just right. Because 2 DM19s is perfectly adequate for right there. Perfectly adequate. You got 7 DM15s. So, I see that's on the input as well of the 6. So basically, this right here is the output of the 2, and the input of 6 is way back there. And it's like about 6, maybe 5 or 6 caps back there too. I'm gonna check it all out. I know there's some reflect issues, and you know, I know it's hard to make these wires look perfect since there's 5 units here that are paralleled. You know, I know there's gonna be some wires and you can't get around that, but I'm just real iffy about this biasing circuit, man. I studied it all about 3 or 4 hours last night, to be honest with you. I drew the schematics here, man. It's just not making any sense to me at all. Well, let me point this out. Okay, as you see, the switch right here says B at the bottom, and I guess up is C. Okay, but here's what bothers me. The driver circuit is C at all times. Okay, if you notice, there's nothing going to the output of this input transformer. I mean, the input of this, the back of this input transformer. Nothing going to the base of the transistors. This driver is class C at all times. There's just no two ways about that. So, let's say even if this was being put into a conduction of B biased, okay, the driver is class C. So I don't know, man, but there's enough room right here. Once I take all this up, there'll be enough room to do what I need to do and give you a good, true, unregulated AB and then a C option. There'll be no problem at all, man. No problem at all. And hey, man, I'm a guy that's all about learning. You know, that's why I drew this circuit out, man. There might be something I'm missing here, something I can learn here, but I mean, the way it's looking here, if this was going to be something by the way it's looking, there needs to be some inductors, and there is no inductors. You know, you got a cap right here, which is an 820 picofarad that's taken onto the chokes right here to the back of the transformer. DC voltage cannot pass through a cap in series. It just won't happen. It's impossible. Only AC flows through a cap in series. We use them for blocking DC. So that right there shows you there is no DC making it through that cap to the output of these transformers, man. And for this to be AB or B biased, there has to be some sort of positive voltage from the knowledge that I have right now sitting here. And I am always open for improvement. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I am not on no high horse here. I undermine my own self to keep myself open for new knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to grow in this thing, but I'm just going by what I understand at this moment. And there's going to be a few changes made, okay? I just want this thing to work for you, brother, and I want it to work well. And I want you to be happy, man. I know you've been through a lot with this. I know you've been through a good bit with this. You haven't even got to use it yet. And it's already been almost 2 years. We're going to get it straight, man. There's a few things right here, too, that I'm going to change. Not that it's a need, just to make me feel better. You know, I'm going to throw you on 1 inch on the output there. Like I said, it's not a perfectly need. Me, myself, I've never used a 1/2 inch, but only on a 1 transistor driver. I've never used a 1/2 inch on a 2 transistor. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just going to do it to make me feel a little better. I'm also going to change the wrap ratio right there too. So, but it'll be all good, man. We'll get this thing straightened out for you. I just want to make a pre-video, just point out a few things. I think that's it. There might have been one or two other things, but that's just the main things I kind of wanted to point out to you. And like I said, some of them things could have been done while it was shipped. It's 100% possibility. We don't know. All right, man. We'll be back.